All right. So that all been said, don't forget that you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find her products at Walmart.com. And please don't forget that she sells beard oil as well. Okay, so let's get into it. You all, for those of you that tuned in last night, shout out to you because that was a spur of the moment. That last live was a spur of the moment when we found out that there was an arrest for the threats made against Judge Ashley Cole and also the report on the autopsy report, which turned out to be just what I already said it would be. And I'm sure you all knew the same thing, that they weren't going to release it. Now, for some that think it's just so cut and dry as, accidental drowning, I just wonder why they just didn't go ahead and release it to the public. And will they ever? I have several questions. Now, but we have a more pressing issue. You see, the thing of it is, beloveds, hold on. The thing of it is I was just thinking about all of the hatred and the vitriol, and the devils are working so relentlessly to make it look as though we are the ones who are out here being hateful. They're looking as if they're trying to act as though we're the ones, just spewing hate and spreading division. But the fact of the matter is, this country's always been divided, and it was never us who chose to do so. It was never us that chose to do so. And I was just sitting here thinking about how, it's okay when they want justice. It seems as though Black Americans, it's like we don't deserve justice in this country. It's like we can't get justice. I mean, we get ridiculed and criticized and hate spewed and threats made simply for asking for justice. That's what's happened to the parents of Nolan Wells, but not just him. It's like so many people are being attacked, even the white people that are allies that are speaking up for Nolan. These people are so insane. They have to be narcissists, the lots of them. Okay. And it makes no sense because even though I thought Austin was a bully, I still think he was a bully and racist, and he learned it from his father, sadly. I still said RIP to Austin Metcalf. I still said I'm sorry that that young man is dead. But at the end of the day, do they ever say anything like that to us? They don't care. Even if you're innocent, guilty, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. They don't want us to get justice, to speak up about the ills that happened. They just want us to sit here and take it and take it and take it and just be silent. I'm not even going for it anymore. Jerron, we're not muted. You need to go out and come back in, beloved. Just go out and come back in. Now, with that all being said, let me just get into some of this BS. Okay, let me get into some of it because it is so exhausting that these darn devils just can't leave us alone. Let me go to what Nolan's mother posted. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I mean, you're not even allowed as a Black person in this country. I guess you're not even allowed to properly grieve your own child without MAGA minions saying something hateful. That's what you're not allowed to do. Please pay attention. Now it says, and this was posted on the 28th, the hate on social media is crazy, but the love and support will always win. Thank you to all of those who are standing with us and understand the assignment, which is to find out what happened to Nolan. To those of you who have been spewing hate, I pray you and your family never go through a tragedy like this, where there are so many questions with little to no answers. Well, I hope they do go through it. I hope they absolutely do. Okay, I hope that in fact they get a huge dose of their own medicine. That's what I hope. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of sending well wishes to the people that would just as soon see us all dead. I am sick and tired of it. Okay, people who want to make threats simply because people want justice, who want to try to get people fired from their jobs, who want to turn on people who've not done anything to them, mind you. Do you all know that the lady Janetta Bradley has been attacked? All this backlash simply because she enhanced that audio to help get justice for Nolan. So now they have attacked her too. And it's all so ridiculous. These people are nonsensical. Okay. They are of their father, the devil. And I'm talking about the MAGA minions. Okay. That's who I'm talking about in case anyone's confused. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because here's the thing. They have set up A gift send go for this lovely lady. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I mean, are we living in 1955? Because it sure feels like it. Okay, if I had to guess. Now, this is the lady right here. She is receiving so much backlash that the next person who has done an audio enhancement that I'm going to let you listen to momentarily, they don't even want their name out there. They don't even want their name out there, and I don't blame them because people are insane. Support for our family after threats and hate. Okay? Yeah. And then when we donate to our people who are being threatened, who are going through things, then they want to tell us that they're grifting. Okay, that they're just doing this, they're just trying to get money. But it's okay for Jeff Metcalf and Megan Metcalf to raise money even after Austin's dead and buried. What are they still raising money for? I have several questions. I have several questions. Like up, everyone, please like and share. Hold on. And by the way, y'all, I can't wait to tell you all this story of this white teenager who tried to drown a black teen. And guess what the judge did? See, this is what I be talking about right here. This is exactly the kind of stuff I be talking about. Justice for some, but never for us, apparently. How that goes. Now, I'm going to this clip from Shuler King. I'm going to put an overlay on this because I don't have permission. Likes up, everyone, please like and share because I just happened to see this right as I was getting on here. And I said, this is perfect because this is what I'm going to talk about anyway, because I've already spoken on it days ago about how they were hating on the mother and giving her bad reviews. But the hate has continued and it has spread, sadly. So we're going to keep talking about it. And I don't care who gets mad. If the MAGA means want the smoke, then we can bring it. We can talk just as much trash as they.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, there's some sick, sad people out here in this world, man. So you got people now, you know, and I wasn't, you know, it just brought to my attention, are what they call Google bombing. I think that's the right word, where a bunch of people go to your profession or your job or whatever, and they leave a bunch of 1-star views on your account or whatever. And they're doing this to Nolan Wales' mother. Now, the crazy part about it is, it's like, there is absolutely no reason, and I mean no reason at all, for anybody to do this to this woman. All this woman wants is answers. She and her husband want answers. What happened to their son? That's it. As far as people saying, well, everybody just wants to accuse this person and accuse that person and accuse his so-called friends and y'all making it about race. The parents of Nolan Wales have done none of that. So what is the reason for you going, a bunch of y'all just, well, we're going to Google bomb her so she'll get a low rating on Google? Why? What is the purpose of that? What has she actually done? She ain't done nothing. She hasn't done anything outside of the fact that she has endured the worst kind of pain that a mother could endure, which is losing her child. To add on top of that, like, and these are the same people that sit up here and say, well, racism doesn't exist. And obviously, because what is the point in you doing this to this woman who has done nothing to nobody? What would be what is your reasoning? What is your logic behind that? You got to be some kind of sick animal to do this. And then the crazy part about it is when you got people like Brandon Tatum, which I don't have nothing against Brandon Tatum. You know, your life, your thought process, whatever, that's on you. But my thing with Brandon Tatum is you call yourself the whistleblower. And you the whistleblower for black people. But black people doing something wrong and we not going to make it about race and we not going to and that's all well and good. Fine. But this is where people have a problem with you, man. You quiet about this stuff. About this maliciousness towards a mother who has lost her child. She has not accused anybody of anything. She didn't say. All she's saying is that, hey, me and the father, we want answers of what happened to our son. And if you're going to blow the whistle all the way around. Do that.
But he isn't going to do that, though, is he? No, because he's one of the people who do the rage baiting. He's one of the people who makes everything about race, but he wants to point the finger of blame and shame at us and try to twist it around. He makes these things about race. That's what he does. He paints these narratives and tries to flip the script and gaslight and deflect and act as though it's us that's the problem. No, it's him and the people who think like him. Now, everybody with sense knows that MAGA are the ones who make it about race. MAGA is the one who's making it about race, and they always do because they're racist. So that's what they do. They don't just do these hateful things to Black people, even though it's us more so than others. But these are the things that they absolutely do, okay, as it pertains to the immigrants as well. That's what they do. They go up to immigrants and ask them, tell them you're in America, speak English. Isn't that what they do? Of course it is. Who are they supposed to be? If they're in Mexico, are they going to speak Spanish the whole time they're there? Of course not. But these people are so hateful. They don't even like other white people. They don't even like other white people who don't act like them, who may be entrenched in Black culture, who may have grown up around us, or those who try to help us and be allies when we're going through injustices and things like that. They threaten them too. And like I told you all before, when I was in college, my professor said that when it comes to things like that, when it comes to those sort of things, they will absolutely take out the white person who's trying to help the Black people. Hold on one second, beloveds. Hey, can you guys hear me? This is my dear sister, Lisa Cabrera. Follow her on YouTube also. Y'all know Lisa. She's a friend of the show. But Lisa, what did you just call to tell me?
No, I was telling Queen Ahmadiyyah that I was just over on TikTok to get some more updates on Nolan Wells.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked into some of the videos and they're giving shout outs to Tisa Tales. And all of the information she's providing came directly from Queen Ahmadiyyah.
Thank you. That's what I told people.
I love it.
That's what I told people.
And she's using her words and everything.
Mm-hmm. Because she has a bigger platform and she can get away with it too.
And no, you're not making that up. I'm hearing it with my own 2 ears.
Thank you. I appreciate you telling me, but I'm not surprised because she's been doing that ever since the Diddy trial.
Mm-hmm.
And then her subscribers and minions want to say, I'm hating on her. Why am I hating when she's stealing from me? And of course, I'm going to call it out. And right. They would too. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting us know, Lisa.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
I'll talk to you a little later, okay?
Yeah, I'll call you later. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all heard that, honey. This same another day, the same story. Like I told you all. The lovely T said that wig. Anyway, at the end of the day, it is what it is, beloveds. But that's okay as long as I get the information out. Now, back to what I was saying. You know, they act like there's no reason for us to be able to get justice, and we're always starting these things and making it about race. But here's the question. Now, for the ones of them that have been saying that, the ones of them that have been saying that this is all about race and Ben Crump's a race hustler and all this stuff, what do they have to say about the fact that yesterday when Ben Crump did that press conference, this wasn't just about Nolan Wells? There's 2 other Black people, Okay, 2 other Black teens that lost their lives as well under the same circumstances. And for those of you who don't know, let's talk about it really quick. Okay, we know about Nolan, and then there's Daniel Irving, who I also reported on, went to Lake Ray Hubbard near Rowlett, Texas, with 2 peers, okay, who were white, on April the 13th and was found dead 4 days later. Now, his death was ruled an accidental drowning, but police later charged individuals with tampering with physical evidence after discarding his clothes and phone. That's the only thing they got hit with, tampering with evidence. Okay. Now, mind you, I told you all that a white business owner, even said that he had surveillance outside of his business and he saw them going to that lake. They were supposed to be going there to fish. That's what the story was. They said they were all going there to fish. That man said they didn't have one single bit of fishing equipment. Okay. And Daniel was on the swim team at school. So the likelihood of him accidentally drowning is very, very small. Okay. In a lake, please. It's not like he was in a river or an ocean. It was a lake. And his parents and his family, they all feel that someone killed him. And that's what I think. Because why is it always these Black folk going off by themselves with their white friends and they don't come back? And then it's called an accidental drowning. Then you have Tyler Smith, died under unclear circumstances within the same 3-month period, with local police similarly arresting an individual for tampering with physical evidence as the family awaits transparent answers regarding the official account of death. Okay, please pay attention. In all 3 of these, the first thing they said, oh, nothing to see here, folks. Doesn't seem to be any evidence of foul play. Looks like it's nothing more than accidental drowning. That's always the case. That's always the case. And I'm so sick of it, and we all should be at the end of the day. But then they want to turn around and point the finger and act like, oh, we're just making it about race. Well, it is about race. Okay, because why the hell when Black people go off by themselves with people who don't look like them, okay, and then all of a sudden one of these mega millions or several of these mega millions, they turn up dead. Let's not forget Darryl Lowry, who was only 13 years old, and I just reported on him last week, stabbed to death and drowned by 2 white teens at the same foster home that he was staying at temporarily. Okay, under the guardianship of a white politician. All right. So with that all being said, somebody needs to make this make sense. And here's the thing. Like I said, it's a 2-tier justice system, and then it's okay for them, and they want all the empathy and sympathy for us. And let me tell y'all something. When Charlie Kirk died and people were clowning Charlie Kirk, because there was some people that were clowning him, I wasn't one of them, even though I absolutely think he was racist and didn't like him. Now, but there were some people clowning him, and they got so mad and butthurt and all of that, and want to throw people in jail for social media posts. But at the end of the day, people are entitled to their opinions, right? Freedom of speech, right? Only for them.